Silver, welcome. How you doing, Silver? Big boy Jess, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Big boy Jess. G Walker, what's up? Oh, cool. That sounds good to me, Silver. What's the job? Big boy Jess, so far, I like it a lot. It's not amazing. I think that, as far as BioWare games go, there are better ones out there, but it's really good. It's I wish the side quests were a little more engaging, and I wish there was a little more depth to the character creation, but the core of the gameplay is really good. So I'd say, yeah, I'd say it's quite good. Why is it not showing up on screen? Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, I'm starting a little earlier than I usually do, but whatever. What is a hamlet? All communities. Oh, wow. So the game's bigger than Hogwarts, even. I'm impressed.
Revelio.
Hey, Pandalorian, what's up? Oh, my frame rate.
Could you remind me how the Daedalian keys work again?
My frame
When you
rate.
spot or hear a flying key, you're to follow it back to its cabinet. Inserting it in the lock is the tricky part. I hope you follow, Sam.
Let's give the frame rate a second to catch up here. Okay, so there's been no day 1 patch yet, clearly. We'll happily take a day 2 patch. Wait a minute.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
There is a travel point in this. Alright.
Future champion coming through.
What you got?
Hello, Lucan. I'd like to practice with the training dummy.
Excellent idea. This time will be a bit more of a challenge. Ready?
Why is like an 8-year-old kid running the Hogwarts Fight Club?
That'd be brilliant.
Wonderful. I'll set things up. Remember to cast all the spell combinations before the dummy lands again. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Oh,
Accio! Incendio! Levioso!
Nicely done.
Accio! Incendio!
Good one.
Accio! Incendio! Levioso! Accio! Incendio!
Excellent form. Impressive wand work. I'd hate to face you in a duel.
It was only a training dummy.
True, but it's a difficult dummy. Believe me, I know. Seriously, well done. Training dummies will think twice
I need to
before
get
challenging
some
you again.
some of the medicine.
You'll be even more formidable in crossed wands. Other duelists had better beware.
Okay, I need healing potion. Hopefully I have enough money to get some there. Because I don't think I find them. I don't think you can find those healing potions in the world.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Saw that page. There we go.
Hello there. In the market for potions, are we? What can I do for you today?
Sorry, Bane Mask, but I can't be equipping you anymore. You're out of here.
Very good. Never hurts to keep my stocks replenished. A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
Hot. Just... fast travel.
Hello there.
Future champion coming through.
Alright, let's just go ahead and try to do this third duel. Okay.
Hello, Lucan.
What?
Is the final round of Cross Wands ready?
Big match today. It all comes down to this. The moment that we find out if your training and dedication is enough to win it all. Ready for a shot at glory?
I certainly am.
Brilliant. Are you dealing with a partner?
Yes, Sebastian.
Then let's get started.
Again, bros before hoes. It is what it is.
We can make this a real victory.
That's the spirit.
Is it 4-on-2 this time? Alright.
Incendio. Is that all you've got? Protego.
Damn it, I keep hitting the wrong button.
Stupid one. You're better than that. Levioso. Accio. Stupid one.
I'm the one.
Incendio. Levioso. There goes my wager.
Why wasn't I healing? I was hitting down and I wouldn't heal.
They made a crap's breakfast out of you that round.
Huh.
Care to try again?
I was definitely trying to heal.
Yes, I'm ready now.
Very well. Good luck out there.
Lumos. Accio. Levioso. Stupid one. Potato. Stupid one. Accio. Incendio. Stupid one. Stupid one. Incendio. Potato. Stupid one.
Oh crap.
Accio. Lumos. Incendio.
There we go.
Stupid one. Accio. Potato. Stupid one.
Act like a winner.
Stupid one. Accio. Incendio. Stupid one.
What? Oh. I need to learn how to
Care
keep
to
better
try
track of
again?
my health. I keep losing track of
Yes,
my
I'm
health.
ready now.
Very well. Good luck out there.
Accio. Incendio.
On.
Levioso. Stupid one. Stupid one. Potato. Stupid one. Incendio. Accio. Incendio. Stupid one.
I'm the one.
You're better than that. Accio. Protego. Stupid one. Incendio. Accio. There goes my way. Stupid one. Potato. Stupid one. Accio. Stupid one. Accio. Stupid one. Levioso. Potato. Stupid one.
No problem. Yeah, I saw that. It seems like a pretty decent trade for them.
What a victory! You've won the tournament!
D'Angelo Russell's pretty good, I think.
That was nothing. I'm just getting started.
If the best duelists in the school weren't enough competition, then perhaps you should consider transferring to Durmstrang. Now, to the victor goes the prize! And so it is my great honor to present you with this simple yet elegant token of supreme dueling accomplishment.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
You earned it. You are a
Darth Evan.
duelist to be reckoned with. Now that we've definitively crowned the tournament winner, I suppose I should get back to my schoolwork. Wonder how my herbology plants are doing. I haven't tended them in ages.
Alright, no problemo. Gear. It's just appearance, though, isn't it? Water. I need a hat. I don't have a hat. Yeah, I guess I should go to class.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Man, what a fall from grace. Westbrook's actually gonna basically be dumped. I mean, it's deserved and everything, but man.
My family loves going to the Quidditch World Cup. Father was on the Barnton amateur team for a bit.
Oh.
Desperately need to improve my chance.
Okay.
Incendio. Accio. Levioso.
I certainly make sure I stay abreast of my...
morning, Professor Garlick.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class.
So far, so good, Mocha.
A little treat for your auntie.
Is that a bunch of bananas?
Hello!
Yeah, I saw that too,
Class,
Silver.
please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together.
I like how nobody ever says anything about my facial
How
scar, even
thrilling
though
it is
it's
to have everyone
literally
back together
dominating my
again.
whole face.
This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacula than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves
Wow,
with
is
the
Herbert gonna have
mellifluous
nobody to
tuber
throw to?
known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we?
And they haven't even paid Herbert
First,
yet.
let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug. Quickly! Place your mandrake in the new pot and cut down the soil!
I could have said that before the whatever.
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease.
How does it breathe?
Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting table.
Who are the Chargers paying
You can
so
all
much
get
other than
started.
Derwin
I need
James?
to have a brief word with our new student.
I wonder
Like-
if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
Yeah, J.C. Jackson, Derwin James. Who else? Where'd all the money go? Oh, Lindsley, I guess. Bosa got paid, okay. Yeah, okay, maybe it makes a little bit of sense, but, like, they haven't paid a quarterback yet. And they're still dealing with this.
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his classroom. Most strange. Did you know that you can use the mandrake to defend yourself? Why, the very idea.
Yes,
Deal in all
Professor.
your supplies.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Pick them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the magic
Their
Mead.
defense is terrible.
Wonderful! A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own
Yeah.
potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice.
At least
Plant
I
the
have
seeds
one
there
attractive
now,
teacher.
and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy or roses?
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class.
Nice.
Well done. Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a
Oh, she's making
different sort of
puns.
flora,
Never mind, she's
the
not attractive.
Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh,
Hey,
and
Austin.
mind your fingers. They do bite.
Hello. Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there, but your lead. Nice work in Defense Against the Dark Arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian! And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
I slaughtered him?
Well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me.
Didn't she stop that dragon skull from crushing you?
Typical Slytherin trick, dropping a drag. Here we are, home of the Chinese chomping cabbage.
Oh, is this racist? Am I gonna get in
Go
trouble?
on, grab a few of those cabbages. Just mind your fingers. I almost lost a thumb once. Don't worry, Nurse Blaney put it back on. Trust me, you do not want to go through that. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
Ah.
Look at that! They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid boober tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but...
Are those like
well, imagine that wasn't a
softcore
dummy.
porn people on YouTube?
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Can I pick them up after I throw them? I don't think I can. Sorry, dude. Didn't mean to throw you like that. Just looking forward.
That helpful reminder as to why we should always...
The best time to plant a seed is last season. The second best time is now.
The hell are you talking about?
I should think Professor Garlick would be more careful with her mandrakes.
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite
Big country.
green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants
Gotta
have
butter
so
up the
much
teacher,
to
man.
offer.
Gotta butter up the teachers.
I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Well, they're not supposed to, Silver, but that doesn't mean they won't.
Those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
To make anything grow, we must first understand.
I'm gonna hang back here and see if she wants to.
Plants as well
She
as
wants me to
friendship.
plant some seed.
Kindness and concern are as necessary in the
Hey,
greenhouse as in the
you
Great
want
Hall.
me to plant a few more seeds? Huh? Huh? Does she think I'm a woman because of my hair? I have this like middle-aged lunch lady haircut. Maybe it's not doing me any favors. I don't know. I kind of want to harvest this Ditney before I move on. Let's take a look here. What you want? Yeah, I don't want to go to potions without the Ditney. Well, where can I get attacked? Is the thing. Like, the only place I could have gotten attacked is the dueling place, and I'm not good at dodge rolling, so I was trying to win. So I need to get into a fight just so I can do some dodge rolls. Yeah, Westbrook's not going to stick in Utah, it doesn't look like. It's like, what's the point? If we move on. Sucks. Well, I actually already have some Ditney, but I want more. Who's the Clippers' starting point guard? John Wall? Man, that's weird to think about. So they'll have 2 point guards that can't shoot and are all about their athleticism. Change appearance. Oh, Reggie Jackson? Okay, I guess you could use a little bit of help there. So, does that one produce a waypoint? No. Okay. I'm not going to start potions class until I can harvest my Ditney. So I'll just run around here for a minute.
Incendio.
Dude, this is a garden. How am I not setting things on fire right now? Yeah, it just goes right through them. Somebody needs to make a mod where you can kill your teachers. Huh. Well, that is becoming more commonplace in the modern NBA. Just play players. Don't worry about position so much. So maybe that's why they want Westbrook. They want a real point guard. As much as Westbrook is only kind of a point guard. He's a zero guard. Almost done, guys. That's true. I wonder if the Lakers are going to miss him a little more than I would have assumed. When you think about it, maybe they'll end up missing him a little bit. He was playing okay. I feel like D'Angelo Russell's a better player, though. Oh. Alright, I think I have enough, so I'm not going to worry about it now.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented food.
I can imagine shoving my foot in your ass if you don't shut up. Get through the ditches and burn through the witches.
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
We'll march day and night by the big cooling tower. They have the plant, but we have the power. It probably is drop top. Although, I gotta say, devs are not working hard enough to optimize their games for PC. I really wish they would kind of get on top of that. It shouldn't be that hard of a thing to do.
Wouldn't there be auras or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade?
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely incompetent, which he is.
I saw an aura badge on Professor Dark's desk. I bet he knows more than he's letting on about the
It's a key. Come on, little key. Let's go. What you got? Show me what you got, pretty baby.
That's it.
Is that a Gryffindor one? Okay, this should be fun.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wigan-Weld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wigan-Weld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
You see, this isn't as fun as the first two, because those ones took skill. This is just pushing button prompts. They should have made this more skill-based.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
You just tell me I need to, like, steal stuff?
Don't fret if you run out of ingredients. I simply grow most of what I need.
Professor Sharp said that Wigan-Weld potion can treat injuries. Hope I never need it.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion.
Yeah, I think they're gonna end up with a Tom Sula
Fine
type.
job brewing your first Wigan-Weld potion. But there are many potions yet to learn. This is going to be a busy year.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror. I wish he talked about it more.
One gold? What the hell can I do with that?
Proficiency in potions are two things that cannot be rushed. Have patience and be thorough.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
Guys, I'm going to take a short break. I'll be back in a few minutes and we will continue on with more Hogwarts Legacy. I remember Reddish. I remember when Reddish got picked. He was supposed to be good. I don't know what happened, but he was. Alright.
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. Ugh. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
What do you guys think? Should I be a teen delinquent? Should I be a delinquent? I think I'm tempted to do it. I don't know if it's what I would do in real life, but...
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
I feel like this guy's gonna rat me out. I'm gonna regret this, but...
I was impressed that you were able to answer Professor Sharp's question about the Wiggenweld potion.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot coming from a fellow Ravenclaw. And I've never seen anyone brew such a flawless Wiggenweld potion on their first try. Well done.
I'm glad I was able to get it right the first time.
You must simply have a knack for potion making. Some students seem so confounded by potion recipes, it's as if they're written in gobbledygook. A fascinating language, by the way. Neither here nor there, really, but I am a self-taught speaker. Merlin's beard, good conversation is the enemy of free time. I must return my book, Gateway to the Far Stars, before my next class. Speaking of stars, we'll be in astronomy together. You'll love it. Professor Shaw is firm, but quite clever. See you soon, no doubt.
A well-prepared ritual is always a few potions on hand. Miss McDowell.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you.
We're just going to do
this. This is going to take a moment to brew.
Right in front
you
of the
should get
professor.
back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
Yeah, see, there's no skill to this. I think that was a missed opportunity. You could have had skill-based herbology and potions. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Shane Steichen... Why would he want to go to Arizona, though? His star is going to be on the rise. Shane Steichen, if he wins the Super Bowl and has one of the best offenses in the league, you'd think he could go wherever he wanted to.
And now we add the Mallow Sweet, and... That's odd. What's happening?
I'm going to get in trouble.
Wait, it's not supposed to... Ah!
Gareth!
Dragon Duck! What happened?
Casual.
Well done, Gareth.
At casual.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
Uh-oh. I'm busted.
I brewed an Adura's potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
Like, if I'm Shane Steichen, I would rather stay with
each
Philly
of
as an
us has had enough
OC
excitement
than go
for
to
one day.
Arizona.
Class is dismissed.
Pork lump juice. I'd love to be able to find that so I can brew more of that.
I hate to see a creature get put down like that.
But trolls have... Ugh, my robes are going to reek from Gareth's for the rest of term.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
I think I've been to the bell tower yet. Yeah, I haven't.
Revelio.
I don't think Kareem loves anything. I think Kareem is just kind of perpetually miserable.
Hogwarts must have hundreds of owls in the owlery. Wonder if there's any mice left.
When someone says something nice,
Very true, especially if you're ugly. Perf. Oh. Whoa. Oh. I really need Aloha Mora, man.
Levioso. Accio.
Shire Baggins. Alright, get over here, you dumbbell. Is it stuck? I see where it's supposed to go. How do I get it up there? That must be what I'm trying to do here. Kareem didn't look happy when it happened. Oh, hard for me to believe he was happy about the way that turned out. Whoa! What? Okay. I was not expecting that. Man, that's terrifying. Alright. I now have a wizard hat. Figure out this puzzle later. Pretty sure I know how it goes, but now I think the bell's down there anyway, so I can't get it. So whatever.
Revelio.
Aha! Yeah, there's the bell.
Accio. Levioso. Accio. Wait, is the key to cast levitate on it? And
then maybe? Yeah, okay, I think maybe that's the key here.
Accio! Levioso! Accio!
Yeah, Kareem never does look happy. He probably isn't ever happy. Alright. I'll figure that out later.
It's time to trade in my Oakshaft 79 for a newer model.
I used to enjoy flying.
If you lean forward on the broom.
Can't wait to get a broom. That's actually going to be fun. Oh, nice. I didn't even notice this.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Very nice. Collect random items that will hopefully be useful later while we're out here. Oh crap. Oh, I could have just flew networked here. No Scarecrow bar. I'm not a big enough streamer to have to deal with that. I'm a small-time streamer. I wouldn't say anything. I would just ban them because they're stupid. If anybody would actually get mad at another person for choosing to play a game that, by the way, J.K. Rowling didn't even create, like, then they're too stupid to talk to.
Revelio.
Why bother? Whoa, wait a minute. Is this the world's smallest toilet? Dude, you have to be a sharpshooter to even take a leak in there. This looks like a super ghetto outhouse.
This looks intriguing.
Ooh, Horklung juice. I need that. Nice.
Accio. Levioso.
Oh. Okay, this has to go over here then.
Accio.
I don't know what that did. It just teleported back over here, I think. Wait, it's a flame?
Incendio. Incendio.
Oh. Now it chooses to not work.
Accio. Incendio.
Oh.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Oh, there's got to be more down here. Wait. What is that? What is that icon supposed to be?
Lumos.
It's like... What is that? Huh. Gotta mean something.
Levioso. Accio. Incendio.
Probably something I don't have yet.
Reparo. Incendio.
And did they fire everybody? Like, if you're gonna lose back-to-back games for the first time in 3 decades, I think it's time to clean house.
Accio.
Can I swim? Or is this like Assassin's Creed? Alright, I can swim.
You for some assistance.
Who are you?
Hello. Can I help you?
Oh, thank goodness. Yes. My name is Grace Pinch Smedley. Of the Bath Pinch Smedleys. I was hoping someone would come along soon. I was about to defy my father's wishes and would never have forgiven myself. You see, I need to retrieve something from the bottom of the lake. Might you be the one to help me?
Diving into the lake sounds like an adventure. Tell me more.
Splendid. Precisely the response I'd hoped for.
What do you need help retrieving?
Years ago, my grandfather, who fancied himself quite the astronomer, set sail from Hogsmeade Station for what was meant to be a quick stargazing cruise with my grandmother. They never returned.
I'm so sorry. What happened to them?
We can't be sure. We only know that neither they nor their boat made it back to shore. They were presumed drowned. Father was so distraught that he forbade our family from setting foot on or in the Black Lake ever again. A treasured family astrolabe vanished with them that night. If you could dive down and retrieve it, I may be able to bring my father some peace.
You seem to think I might have heard of the Bath Pinch Smedleys. Why would I know your family?
That's like asking why the sky is blue or grass is green. The Pinch Smedley name is synonymous with intellectual
Half
curiosity.
the WNBA made up of
We are
Yukon players or
known
something?
for our contributions to science and art. I'm surprised you haven't heard of us, frankly. But with all I plan to discover about the world around us, those that don't yet know the name certainly one day will.
What exactly is an astrolabe?
It's an astonishing ancient navigational tool. Essentially, a handheld model of the universe. It's mainly used for studying the stars, astronomical pursuits, but it has nearly 1,000 uses. Fascinating device. Sadly, I'd imagine it's rusted beyond repair now. Still, we'd love to have it returned to us. It would be like getting a bit of my grandparents back.
It sounds dangerous, especially for something of mere sentimental value.
I understand. But I'd be forever grateful. Of course, you may discover much more than the astrolabe. Anything else you found would be all yours. I've cross-referenced the vessel's last alleged location against the lake's topography,
Hey,
depth
Chris,
charts,
what's up?
and
How
tide
you doing
schedule.
tonight?
My best guess is
Welcome
that
aboard.
it's just over there, about a furlong from the dock. It would be wonderful to have my grandfather's astrolabe back. I do hope you find the astrolabe. It would mean so much to our family.
It sounds as if her astrolabe is just northeast of the dock. I should dive down and see.
How do I dive? I think the game's really good. It's got some issues for sure, some bumpy edges, but overall I think this game does its job pretty well. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, I guess it's not... Maybe I need to get gillyweed or something. I'll bet that's what it is. Nice. I can't immediately go anywhere I want to, but it's kind of like... It's kind of like Red Dead open world, where it is open world, but it also puts you on rails in parts. Like, there are some places I can't go to yet, but I will be able to. Like, apparently there are several little communities I can visit around Hogwarts as the game goes on, which is what I'm basically doing right now. I'm going to my first one at the moment. Yeah, I think that's basically what's going on here. It seems like it opens up as the game goes on. What they need to do is make a Hogwarts game modeled after Danganronpa, where all the students are just trying to kill each other.
This far.
Hey, dude.
Pardon me, is everything all right?
Hardly. I've just lost my business and almost my life. You'd best look elsewhere for wares. I've nothing to sell now. I never thought it'd come to this. Be on your guard. Ranrock and his loyalists will spare no one.
They attacked you.
Oh, Ranrock has no patience for goblins who won't join him. While I too would like to see goblin kind treated by wizards as equals, bloodshed is not the answer. When I said as much, they turned on me, struck me till I nearly passed out. Took my carts, my belongings, even that which is most precious to me, my paintings.
Has Ranrock's lot ever attacked you like this before?
They've been taunting and threatening me for a while now, but they've always believed that violence is the only way to get what they want. Things have taken a much darker turn of late. Ranrock is getting more powerful, and his loyalists know it. They feel untouchable. Ranrock assumed that all goblins would agree to follow him, but he was wrong. Many of us would like a diplomatic end to the discord with wizard kind.
You mentioned that your paintings were taken. Are you a painter?
I am. It's my calling, though most would think it an unusual path for a goblin. Most of my family work in metal, or associated with Gringotts. I'd wager my finest brush that Ranrock's lot have no appreciation for any of my work, and it'll be tossed aside for kindling. Without my carts and my livelihood, who knows when I'll be able to paint again?
I'm sorry this happened to you. I shall certainly keep an eye out for your carts.
That is very kind of you, but I think they took them to their camp southwest of here, just past some ruins. Too dangerous to try and retrieve them. I did enchant the carts to return to me if I ever lost them, however. Slim though the chances may be, I'm holding out hope that some of what was taken is returned to me.
Yeah, there's
it
no
was nice
Quidditch.
meeting you. I wish it had been under better circumstances.
Well, I mean, they've already proven themselves to be quite greedy. Like think about it. This game was ready to go on the 7th, but they decided to release it on the 10th, and you could pay $10 extra to play it on the 7th. Like, what is that if not an attempt to, you know, cash grab? That's a very blatant cash grab, so I'm sure the DLC will cost something too.
Hello, sir. What do you sell here?
Hello, I'm Jalal Semi, and this is my potion shop. I can answer any questions you have about the town.
Any whispers going about the town?
A goblin called Pergit is causing a bit of a stink. His gang is attacking travelling vendors, and now business is suffering everywhere. It would be nice if someone would do something about it. No one wants to pick a fight with a band of goblins, though. Which means he's free to do what he wants down in Coral Ruins.
Okay, this is a good opportunity for me to practice the dodge roll.
Can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Oh, let's see. Well, I am Lower Hogsfield's preeminent potioneer. But I was once a lowly Hogwarts student like you. In fact, I'll give you the Hogwarts discount. It's the standard price. My prices are low enough already, you see.
What do you have for sale?
I sell only potions and their ingredients. If you can't fix it with a potion, then it's best left broken, I say. My ingredients are all local to this area, and my potions are brewed to keep you healthy and safe.
What do you have for sale?
Alright, what do you got, buddy?
What can I help you with today?
I think I already have all of these. Yeah, I don't think I need to spend more money when I can make them now.
I hope to see you again sometime.
Alright. That reminds me, I need to go through my gear. Whoa, 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 wait a minute. Oh, God. Oh, this is going to be fun in cutscenes. This makes up for the fact that I'm covering up my hair now. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. Well, honestly, it was a pretty good idea.
Hello, Mr. Semi.
It's more interesting than the typical Pro Bowl game, right?
What do you have for sale?
What can I help you with today? I'll have no trouble selling this. Thank you.
I mean, it's got to be better than what they were doing before. At least this is goofy.
I hope to see you again sometime.
After what Ranrock did to that goblin banker at Gringotts, I shouldn't be surprised at what happened to Arn.
Alright, let's go fight these goblins and see how it goes. We're gonna practice our dodge roll, guys. We're gonna play like Elden Ring. We're gonna turn this sucker into Elden Ring right here, right now, baby. This is probably a bad idea when I only have one healing potion. Whoa! Spider! I hate spiders. Dude, I hate spiders, man. That is not a welcome sight. Oh god, more spiders! Ugh. Let's make sure this is working. If this isn't working, I'm gonna be pissed. Alright, it's working. Beautiful. DEI goal? DEI goal, huh? Not off the top of my head. Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Just listen to some podcasts or something. That's what I would do.
Stupefy. Accio. Levioso.
Cursed fiends.
Incendio. Accio. Potato.
Past the ruins. I'm on the right track.
How's a peepin'? Tommy, how's a peepin'?
An encampment. This must be it.
One of the best meals I've ever eaten.
Looks as if there's more than one way to enter.
Anne will regret not joining us. If he doesn't come round now, he'll be made even more of an example.
Should have killed that traitor. Took his cards. Why is a grapple you are?
Potato.
Why can't I hit you? You don't think you can defeat me, do you?
How many of you are there?
Stupefy. Accio.
Why stupefy?
Oh, frame rate, come back. I need you.
I shall avenge your death.
Whoa, there are way more of them than I thought. This is not good.
Potato spells glance off of me.
Stupefy.
A miss.
With that.
Oh, crap. I can't do that.
You are terribly outmatched. Surely you can see that.
Yeah, the PC version of this game is not optimized well yet. There's going to be a patch soon, I'm sure, but for the moment there are frame drop issues all over the place.
What an unfortunate end for you.
Levioso. Superfly. Stupefy. Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Incendio.
I won't rest. Dead. Pity. Not quite.
Accio.
You can't stop us.
Potato. Stupefy. Levioso.
You won't stop me.
Go!
Late when you had the Charles.
Damn it. Close. I think this is doable, but it's going to be hard, especially because I don't have a lot of potions.
Looks as if there's more than one way to enter. How many of you are there?
What's that? One less human to one. What was that?
Accio. Levioso. Accio.
Oh, that was meant for me.
Accio. Incendio.
Easily diverted.
God damn it, I keep hitting the wrong button. Did it again.
Potato.
Prepare to surrender now. Much too slow.
Levioso. Incendio.
Hey, Snacks, how you doing tonight? How many hours am I in at this point? It's like coming up... Counting break time and stuff, you're probably at like 8 hours. Oh, really? Snacks? Sorry to hear that.
Enjoy some little moon calf. Far from home. Not quick enough.
I'm liking it. I still like it. I'm still having bad frame drops in some areas. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with most of the things the game is doing. Oh, shit. Shit. God damn it. Crap.
I've been fighting since before you were born. Was that a miss? Stop it!
Incendio.
Snacks, you want to go on VC? I can pull you in on VC if you want to. Okay, can you hear me? Test, test, test. Okay. Welcome. So, by didn't go well, I assume you mean the dashing.
Yeah, it was a complete fucking nightmare. Plus, my dad really fucked me over. My dad gives me $60 a week, and I kind of rely on that because that's a pretty decent amount of money. And for various reasons, he's like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to give you that this week. I was like, well, fuck. Because he didn't tell me until I needed it tomorrow. And then tonight, I was supposed to. I wanted to go until 3, man. That's why I took the day off. Like, I was gonna fucking go, but I wasn't able to extend my dash because there's not enough people in my city who are actually buying. So I only got to go for 90 minutes and make 20 bucks. My goal was 80.
Yeah. I guess at least that part doesn't have anything to do with your dad, at least. That's just nobody buying DoorDash in your area.
Exactly. Yeah. That, like, it is painful to get an order $4 across the city. I need to drive 12 miles. $4, 12 miles to go to a house on the rich side of town. Somebody who lives in a palace. And it's $4 because they just don't tip you at all.
Yeah. I mean, I guess at the very least, DoorDash makes the people who don't get tipped whole, but still.
Yeah, but that will come fucking Tuesday is when I get my pay adjustment.
Yeah. I wonder what door dashing would be like if you lived in a big city like LA or something.
If you live in a huge city, like LA, to use your example, it's really fucking good. Because now people are like super commonly ordering, so the orders are just popping off. It doesn't matter if people don't tip and you only get $4 on an order, if you end up getting 5 orders at once that are all from the same place, you know? Because then it's, you know, there's less total travel involved, so it, at least in my mental state, it seems like it's easier, as opposed to, you know, you're devoting that 45 minutes to traveling to the place, waiting for the food to be ready, getting the food, then going out and delivering it. Now it's over. So that order's completely finished and you only get $4 for it, whereas that same 45-minute venture could be you go down to the place, you collect 5 orders, and then you just go hand them out, you know, to different apartment blocks that are all like within a few minutes walk from each other because you live in gigantic buildings.
That was quite something.
Yeah, I imagine so.
I've read a number of articles before, from people who DoorDash as their career, and they'll be living in a big city like Houston or like New York or Seattle, and they'll be like, yeah, you know, I make like $1,200 a week. I'm like, that's pretty good.
But the downside is you have to live in Seattle. You have to live in LA. You have to live in
Houston or New York or wherever, you know. Yeah. So you're definitely right there. That aspect is a nightmare. So thank God I don't have to live in those hellholes. And yet, I was out there for fucking 90 minutes, almost 2 hours. I made like barely 20 bucks.
If you want to,
which is way below minimum wage.
Yeah. By the way, if you want to play something tonight, I'm amenable to that.
Maybe later when I've had the chance to calm down, but I am really fucking pissed off right now.
Incendio. Stupefy.
That's no problem.
Is simply too many.
Yeah. Going back to when I was very young, spiders are one of my least favorite things in existence, so I don't appreciate the generic mob of this game being a spider. Gotta tell you. Gotta tell you.
I
Do not
really
like spiders.
I really don't like the obsession with having that be an enemy in fantasy either, because they're not interesting. The only reason they're there is specifically because they're trying to prey off of how many people have arachnophobia, but I'm all like, this isn't interesting. Because, like, a very large spider, you know, it seems threatening because of its size, but if it was that same size, but it was another animal that is more vicious, I'd be more scared. For instance, I consider it a far more threatening enemy to go up against giant scorpions.
Yeah, scorpions are tough.
Like from Fallout. Because, like, I'm not scared of scorpions in real life. Like, I've never encountered a scorpion in real life. If I saw one in my room, I'd probably freak out because I know how dangerous scorpions are. But there are plenty of people who have the fear of, you know, like exactly you're talking about, where
Any hope I have of getting my
you
belongings back was quickly fading.
you
Ramrock's lot called me a
encounter
fool
a
for
spider in
believing
a
in the
video
good and
game, it
wizard
gives you the
kind.
heebie-jeebies.
Thank you for proving them wrong.
You know, like that doesn't happen to me with scorpions. But scorpions are much more threatening opponents, so I could understand them being an enemy in a video game, because
Wait to have my things back.
if they're
especially
gigantic,
my
they have
paints.
giant pincers, and they have the big stinger.
Inspired me.
So, you know, imagine that for a minute. Like, even in this fantasy kind of setting, you know, like you're a wizard and all this shit. What if you went up against a magical scorpion that was like the size of a truck?
What a nice idea,
Yeah,
Ron.
I would
I
not
wish you
appreciate
luck with
that.
it.
Oh, I can't wait
That
to
would
get
suck.
started. Thank you again for
Like,
all you've done.
you're fucked. Ugh.
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Like, when I was a little kid, when I got to the part with spiders in Jak and Daxter, I didn't want to play. I got a friend to do those parts for me, man. I was not messing around with these spiders.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Because, like, you know, Raft has been a survival game I've been interested in for a while, but I'm like, damn it, you know, like if the antagonist creature was anything else, I'd be totally fine with it, but no. It had to be the one thing that I don't like.
What, shark?
You can stop a
Yeah.
thief in their
Well, specifically a great white.
So, have you ever seen Jaws?
Yeah, but
Hello, Mr.
it's
Semi.
like a
What can I do
friggin'
for you?
robo-shark thing.
What do you have for sale?
No, it looks fake as fuck.
What can I help you with today?
Okay, that's a good point.
I hope to see you again sometime.
There are a lot of games, actually, it feels like, where... like older games, where when you go out of bounds, there's a shark. Like, I remember in Jak and Daxter, you would swim too far away from shore, and to keep you from going too far, eventually a shark would just come out of nowhere and eat you, and send you back to the shore. That was kind of scary.
In Subnautica, they have... What is it? If you go past the Forbidden Zone, where, what is it? Hold on. There's the map of the game, but the map of the game is supposed to take place within what is essentially, a much more shallow aspect of the ocean planet than the rest of the ocean planet. The rest of the ocean planet is just like very deep water, like miles and miles deep compared to what you have in the game. And that's basically just to excuse that it's a video game, so you can only go so far. So if you extend beyond the borders of where the game takes place, you get a notification from the computer which says you're now leaving the it's called like the impact zone or something. I forget why, it's been too long since I played it. But it's like now you're entering open ocean and there's nothing around and you're in the danger zone. And what the game does is either every 30 seconds or every 90 seconds, it starts to spawn in one of the most dangerous enemies in the game, which is called the Ghost Leviathan. And I'll find a picture of that to send you.
But while you're doing that, I'm going to take a quick break here. So I'll be right back, everybody. See you guys in a few minutes.
Alright, so here we go.
Okay, we are back. Subnautica is a game I've had some people ask me to play over the years that I've never gotten to.
It's all right. As far as survival games go, it's nice because it has a point. It has a destination. It has a fucking end goal. goal. Besides just living, those eventually get bored. Like you have to have something to do, something that you're working towards. Otherwise, it's just a pain in the ass. So,
It is good to see you, my
yeah, the
friend.
wiki says they're like
How are you?
100,
I am well,
107
thank you.
meters or
I
something.
was there, and I saw what happened
And
with Rookwood
for
and Harlow
comparison,
at
a
the Three
school
Broomsticks.
bus, your
I have been
standard
worried
average school
about
bus
you.
is 6
I'm all
meters
right
long.
at the moment.
Oh,
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking
yeah,
for
that
you?
that didn't seem to me as significant as I thought it was going to be.
I've never
Oh,
met
never
Rookwood
mind.
or Harlow. Perhaps
that-
they mistook me for another student.
The article I
A
was
bit
reading
odd.
was for a short bus.
The two
6
of them
meters for a short
pursuing a
bus, sorry.
Hogwarts student
Your
so
regular
easy.
average
But whatever
school
the
bus is
reason,
13
you were clearly in danger. For now, it is
I'm gonna
safe to
say
say
6
that
seems
Rookwood
pretty
and
short.
Harlow are a threat to both
Yeah,
of us.
short
To
bus.
all of
So
us.
13
Which is why I
meters
wanted to
stat
speak to
or
you. Everyone
13
has been
meters
talking
long, so
about
stacked
you
up
defending Hogsmeade from
back
that
to back.
troll attack. And
Sorry.
I shall never forget watching
That
Serana stand
thing
up to Rookwood and
is
Harlow in the
8
Three Broomsticks. Both of you have
8 school
inspired me to
buses
take a stand of
in
my own.
What sort of
tail to nose.
Men like Rookwood and Harlow
8
are the
school
reason
buses
my
in
mother and I left Matibili land. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Well, I'm trying to compare this to other games I played that are kind of similar. And I think the game that this is making me think of more than any other game I played is probably like Dragon Age Origins. I don't think it's quite as good as Dragon Age Origins. There's just not quite as much depth. It's obviously a much better looking game. And it's probably going to end up being a much bigger game based off the size of the world map. But it's in that same area. So this is definitely somewhere in the 8s. I gotta play more to figure out really what's going on here, though. I gotta see how the combat evolves. But I thought Dragon Age Origins was great. I really liked it the one time I played it through. And this game, to me, is comparable to that. It looks better. It plays better. Now, the side quests are not as good. Like, Dragon Age Origins had more engaging side quests than this game. And I think there was a little more depth to the RPG elements. But this game is making me think of something like Dragon Age more than anything.
Good.
That's an
Rookwood and
insult to
Harlow are a
Dragon Age, to be
dangerous
honest
pair.
with you.
And you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning.
So,
I was
my
thinking that
parents
we
bought
could
a
investigate
gigantic
bit.
jar
Try
of
to
jelly
get the
beans.
evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right.
And
but how?
I am going to watch
Man,
and
it's like
listen
playing
and find
Russian
out
roulette.
precisely what Harlow is
30,
up to.
I'd say a good
I shall
30% of
reach
these
out
jelly
when I know
beans
more.
taste awful.
In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
And you can't
Thank
really
you,
tell
Natty.
which is which until you eat them. So it's just like
Be
I'm
on
sitting
your
here.
guard.
And about 30% of the time, I end up completely disgusted.
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
The other 70%
What's
are
going
really
on
good,
here?
though. I wouldn't really feel any way about it. I would just kind of be like, whatever, Jeff Bezos owns my team now. As long as he doesn't move the team and is willing to spend money, I'll be okay with it, I guess.
Dude, you already know he's going to buy the team and move it to
They
Oklahoma.
must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time.
Nice drinking.
Speak of the devil, Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
I see you.
Protego! Leviosa!
You're a
Stupefy! Accio! Incendio!
Oh, sorry. I accidentally hit my own dueling teammate in the back with a flame spell.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
The wizard cries out in pain as he strikes you.
Yeah, that fight was easy. There are some fights in this game that are not easy.
Perhaps some nice flowers. We can hold them off.
I'm not going anywhere with you. Protego!
Oh, I didn't know I could do that.
Accio! Incendio!
You're going to regret that.
Leviosa!
Sad that I can't use my Bane mask anymore. The Bane mask was awesome.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Did you get a Bane vest?
I am, thanks in no small part to
That'd be awesome.
excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
Apparently there is a quiz you can do online that has like a bunch of questions that will sort you into a house that you can do, and then like just make sure you go to that house in the game.
This trunk?
But
Yes,
yesterday
take plenty, even if you already have some.
it crashed because so many people were doing it yesterday.
I have
so I
the
couldn't have done it
Mallowsweet.
anyway.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these
Well, that's pretty
features.
interesting.
Place the Mallowsweet on the swell.
At least now you know it's an option.
Sure, you saw, but this game literally broke the record for most viewers for a single-player game at one time ever.
What should I do now?
Oh, I did not see that. I didn't know that either. That's pretty impressive.
I am curious about these pyres.
I'm assuming there was a big Fortnite tournament one day that made like 4 million people all watching Fortnite at the same time.
Well, it's League of Legends.
Okay, League of Legends could be another one, yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of multiplayer games that are extremely popular and have the potential to, you know, snake a ton of viewers under the right circumstances. Overwatch, Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, Dota, in addition to League of Legends, Fortnite you mentioned, then some of the what do they call them, Battle Royale games. Fortnite obviously is one of them, but some others. I can't remember the names of any of the ones that are popular right now.
Make the pyre sink.
But when they do a big, important thing, yeah, pretty much all the time they fucking crack the shit.
Curious. The pyres are back
The
where
main
they
peril in this game, I don't know exactly what's going on yet, but it seems like there's a gang of goblins going around trying to kill people. And I gotta kill them first.
Incendio.
So add anti-Semitism to this game's list of crimes now.
The goblin cries out in pain as he strikes you. Your fucking character's gonna sit there and say some shit like, goblins? Well, you know, gradually I began to hate them.
What a day. I can hardly believe it.
How the hell did you not figure this out by yourself? You suck.
I
You
take
needed
it we
me
can
to
call
figure
that a
out?
success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you.
This game does as well as it
out
looks
here.
like it's going
Now
to do.
I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes.
I imagine they're
and
going to make a lot of Harry Potter games in the coming years. They should do one that is styled like Persona. That would be amazing. And like I said, they should literally do a Harry Potter game styled like Danganronpa. Harry Potter, but all the students are trying to kill each other and get away with it. That would be phenomenal. Wait, he wants to see me? Alright, let's go get another spell. I don't know why you think this game is 25 hours. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 40 minimum. Based off what I've read, it's going to be at least 40. Really? They're saying 25? Then I'm going to be like halfway through with it by the end of today. Even if I do end up playing something with snacks. My understanding was it was around 40. Well, okay, here's the thing. I'm going to take my time. I'll bet whoever beat it in 25 hours was speedrunning it. Just main quest stuff, which I'm not going to do.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Alright, give me my spell. So Flipendo was literally a spell made up for the video games. I never knew that. Pretty funny.
I hope you were able to take care of everything I had asked you to do.
Professor, I completed all of your most
Yeah,
recent assignments.
the developers
Well done.
of the
Then you're ready to
first
learn
Harry Potter game
Expelliarmus.
Yeah.
Pay close attention.
made that thing
The disarming
Flipendo
charm may
because
often
they
be all
needed
you
some
need
form
to
of
defeat the
attack
most
spell.
powerful dark witches and wizards you
Hold on a
might
second.
encounter. Spellcasting requires a focused mind and a steady wand.
Yeah, Beta, I
Good
saw
work.
that.
The
He's in
dummy
deep
is
you know
here if you wish
what.
to stay in practice.
He's in trouble. Apparently, people looked into Russell Wilson's charity, which is called, like, Why Not Us? And apparently it's a really shitty charity. Like, a very small amount of the money that gets donated actually goes to the people it says to be helping. The people who work for it get paid massive salaries. I think it was more than 10%, but it's a really shitty charity.
Okay, so anyway, they made Flipendo because they needed a default attack spell, some kind of spell they could use to attack opponents. Now this is when they made the first game. They didn't come up with the idea for Expelliarmus, which became Harry's default attack spell, until the
may
second
save your
book.
life one day.
And what's more is that the actual attack spell, which was the Stupefy, didn't exist until like the 5th book, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Off on
but as
another
soon as they
adventure, are we?
as soon as they came up with Expelliarmus, so suddenly now Harry's shooting that in the game, and then they come up with Stupefy, so now he's shooting that in the game. So Flipendo was just a meme from the very first game. So in much the same way that PS1 Hagrid became a meme, Flipendo became a meme, because that game was just one gigantic meme. And on it goes.
Yeah. Mad Wolf, so far I'm enjoying it. Man, okay. So do I take my hat off and have this giant purple mop on my head, which is way more fun, but then I lose the sorcerer's hat, which gives me 33 plus defense. I don't know what to do here, guys. You've got me in a corner.
Gonna mute myself for a second. I'll return in a couple minutes.
No problem. Mad Wolf, yeah. It's, again, I think the comp for a game like this would be like a Dragon Age Origins. I don't think it's as good as Dragon Age Origins, but it has some obvious advantages over it being a much newer game. And overall, I'm having a good time. Well, it doesn't matter if he knew or not. It's his charity. It's his responsibility to know. It's like that scene in Casino with the idiot casino manager when Robert De Niro fires him. It's like, either you were in on it, or you're too stupid to not realize when you're getting ripped off. Either way, you're fired. Remember? Okay, but if he didn't know, then he's an idiot. It's not that different. I mean, it's very irresponsible. And at a certain point, the difference between being an idiot and being a POS kind of runs together, I think. I don't think it's that big of a distinction. You know what would be funny? What if this triggered some sort of ethics clause in Wilson's contract and Denver could just tear up the contract?
This Daedalian Keys challenge is coming along nicely.
I haven't slept in days. Martin snores like a mountain. I like to keep fit for you.
Another house token for the house chest.
JS, people investigated Wilson's charity, the Why Not Us charity, and apparently it's a really shitty charity where very little money goes to the people it's supposed to help, and most of it gets paid in giant unnecessary salaries to the people who work for it. Bad. Ooh, I like that. That's nice. Not a big fan of the owl doohickey on the end, but I like this. All right. I mean, here's the thing. With all the money Wilson makes, he should probably be paying the salary of the people who work for the charity out of his own pocket. And letting all the money that gets donated to the charity go to the right places. Like, he should be paying the salary of all the people who work for his, you know? If you're going to run a charity, then... Or just don't run a charity. If you're not willing to deal with the responsibility of it, then just don't run the charity. And...
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Huh. That store still isn't open, huh? Alright, jackass, what do you want?
Good of you to come. My friend, Professor Fig, speaks highly of you, and your resourcefulness. He was vague as to details, but mentioned your having tracked down a difficult-to-find book. I wondered if you'd be willing to do a little detective work on my behalf.
Of course, Mr. Ollivander. Sounds most up my street.
Wonderful. You see, about a century ago, an heirloom applewood wand with a fairy wing core went missing from this very shop. My great-aunt suspected a student named Richard Jackdaw. He'd been serving as an assistant here and suddenly vanished.
Richard Jackdaw?
Like the bird. In fact, he was known to frequent the Hogwarts Owlery. We searched there, of course, but found no wand. We did find a series of statues similar to Jackdaw's. I'm certain they're a clue, but I cannot figure out where they lead. Jackdaw was last heard tittering about some pages with a map he'd stolen from Peeves. As you can imagine, the poltergeist was less than helpful.
Surely you could continue searching the owlery?
Oh, one would think. However, the headmaster does not take kindly to an old wand maker loitering about the place. Can't say I blame him.
All right, I'm back.
Also, I have perhaps been looking for too long. I feel a fresh set of eyes, and a bright mind like yours is sure to
What the
solve
fuck
this
is on
riddle.
your head?
It's a hat. That gives me plus 33 defense. I think the real interesting question is what's up with my glasses that give me really good attack stat. I look like a professional poker player who doesn't want anyone to see my eyes.
Is there anything special about the wand?
Oh, yes. It's terribly special. But not in the way you might think. It won't grant special powers to the caster, no. Nothing like that. But it will ease the hearts and minds of the Ollivanders to know of its return. And that power is immeasurable.
Why would the thief have taken the wand?
I must admit I have no idea. From what I can gather, he fancied himself an adventurer of sorts. Always looking for trouble. In fact, after he went missing, rumor had it his ghost was seen in Hogsmeade. Never heard much about him after that, but it seems as if his adventurous spirit may have got the better of him. Perhaps he thought that the wand had some special power simply because of its esteemed lineage. Astonishing how misunderstood the art of wand-making is.
I'll have a look for you. You've certainly given me plenty to go on.
You've brought hope to this
you
old
said
wand-maker's
you have
heart.
Dead Space 3 on Origin, right?
Professor Fig was right.
Yes.
You are a remarkable student.
Okay, so I'm going to have to look into it and see, do I have to get it on Origin to play it with you?
No. Because if it's on Steam, it launches through Origin.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember how A Way Out worked, but
yeah,
when we were joining game together, we had to do it through Origin system, even though we both had it on Steam.
But I'm assuming this isn't a circumstance where only one of us needs to own the game. I'm assuming we both need to own a copy.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like me playing. I could just invite you and then you play off my copy. No, you gotta have your own copy.
I mean, because you're
But
right. That is
should-
a really good game for us to play together.
Yeah, it's old enough. It should be fucking
Does it get
cheap.
any more
And
cozy than Hogsmeade?
I didn't want to do it until you caught up story-wise and did a Dead Space 2 run first. So whenever the hell that is.
Right. Well, I mean, Dead Space 2 is a short game. I can probably beat it in like a half a week. So I'll fit it in somewhere. Because there are no big PC releases until Resident Evil 4. And at this rate, I may end up playing that on console. Because I'm seriously getting sick of some of these PC games having frame rate drops. Massive frame rate problems on day one because they never optimize for PC anymore. It's like they only give a shit about console players. I don't know. But that's kind of how it feels. Like they only give a shit about the console players.
I don't blame you, man. Yeah, you know, if you want to do it that way, I wouldn't blame you. When does Resident Evil 4?
I think it's March 28th.
Hope they remake 2 and 3 of Dead Space. Presumably they will, because like, look, we're in a remake era of video games, and who owns Dead Space? Electronic Arts. You already know how this shit gonna go, though.
Yeah, and to my understanding, the Dead Space remake, at least it got really great reviews. I don't know if it sold well. I'd be interested to know if it sold well. Like, I know this game, Hogwarts, is selling phenomenally. Like, it's selling on a pace similar to what Elden Ring was selling at, but I don't know if the Dead Space remake sold well. If it did, then I'm sure we're going to get a Dead Space 2 remake. To my recollection, Dead Space 2 was better than the first Dead Space. Other than the fact that, you know, it was the first. You know, there is some element to where, like, you can only do Dead Space for the first time once. And it's never going to be quite the same after you do it the first time. But to my recollection, Dead Space 2 was a better game than Dead Space 1. Dead Space 3 remake would be interesting, because the only way they would make Dead Space fans happy would be if they completely revamped the game to turn it into a survival horror game instead of an action game. But the game they made with Dead Space 3, in my opinion, was still great. I actually loved it. It just doesn't feel like Dead Space, but to me that's not a capital offense. So, given what J.K. Rowling has said about Harry Potter and the Hogwarts universe, the wizarding world, where wizards used to just shit their pants and then use magic to clean it up, at some point in Hogwarts history, there must have been a headmaster who ran for headmaster with the slogan of a loo for every poo, right?
Yes.
Because it was probably his greatest... achievement during his time as headmaster, that there would be indoor plumbing. Okay, Resident Evil 4 Remake is March 24th. Okay.
So yeah, you got like...
The statues Mr. Ollivander mentioned must be upstairs amongst the owls.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, it's almost 2 months, because we're still at the beginning of February, but like it's basically the 9th now, so it's like...
And while I seriously doubt it, it's possible the Resident Evil 4 Remake ends up being not very good. I seriously doubt it. Like, that's a tough formula to screw up, but anything's possible.
Don't mind me, owls. I'm just here to help a friend. Now, where are those statues?
Like, I thought the Resident Evil 3 Remake looked pretty damn uninteresting.
The summoning charm should do the trick. Accio!
You said the Resident Evil 3 remake you thought was uninteresting.
I've watched somebody play it and it looked completely on rails. Like, everything was just like, push this button to go here, push this button to go here.
See, to an extent it was an on-rails experience, however it wasn't any more of an on-rails experience than any other Resident Evil game ever.
I'd best keep looking.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get to playing it eventually, but also I think it was really short.
Revelio.
It's short if you know what to do and where to go, but again, that's true of every Resident Evil game. I remember back in the day, you know, that's how you unlock the infinite rocket launcher, is by beating the game in like 3 hours or less.
Nothing. Empty perches.
What I will say about this is that it was far more intense than Resident Evil 2 was. So maybe if you mean in the sense that you want to be able to take your time, you're right, and Nemesis doesn't allow you to do that. But it's a very intense, action-packed experience, and I think by any metric it's fucking outstanding. However, what I think may have hurt it is that for a lot of people it probably felt too similar to Resident Evil 2 with the remake because of how Mr. X behaved.
I should look a bit higher.
You know, it was essentially Mr. X was doing what Nemesis should have been doing the whole time.
Right.
So for a lot of people, it felt like that it was essentially the same game. If that's a criticism you have, I could agree with that too. I think they probably pulled the trigger on that game a little bit too quick. Also, that game could have used maybe an extra year in the oven, just to come up with more defining moments that make it a much more individual experience.
Nothing.
And let me just say one
I'll
thing.
take that, thank you.
Resident Evil 3, the original, is actually one of my... To me, it's a very underrated game. Like, I think it's only a little bit worse than Resident Evil 4, and I think it's clearly the second best Resident Evil game, which a lot of people disagree with me on. But I love Resident Evil 3.
You said the original you thought was the second best Resident Evil game.
A map.
Which is
It
unpopular.
doesn't appear to be connected to
But I
the
was
missing
very
pages.
happy with
Best
that
hang
one.
on to it for now.
Hey, I'm certainly not going to razz on anybody for unpopular opinions. My favorite Resident Evil game is RE5. Because it's like the only co-op Resident Evil game that's good. So I had way more fun and memorable moments playing that game with friends than I ever did having fun and memorable moments playing any of the other Resident Evil games by myself. That's why I hate Resident Evil 6, because if they were able to capture that same
I'd best keep
actually
looking.
having fun experience of playing co-op Resident Evil with your friends that RE5 had, for me at least.
No statues here.
It could have been the best, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people had their hopes up for that, and I think that's why RE6 was the highest selling Resident Evil game of all time. A lot of people had their hopes up for exactly that, and Capcom let us all down.
Yeah, I mean... I just
I'll take
remember
that, thank
playing
you.
Resident Evil 3 for the first time, assuming the rules were the same as Resident Evil 2, where you could always go from one room to another room and everything would be cool, no matter what was going on in that first room. You go to another room and everything resets. And then freaking out because I realized this asshole can actually chase me from room to room. That was a phenomenal moment for me. I was like, oh shit, they completely changed the rules. I thought that was awesome.
I'd best keep looking. What's happening?
Alright. That wasn't so bad.
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle after all these years? Well
Dude,
done
it
indeed.
wasn't that hard of a puzzle.
Good news.
I think everyone
If
who
you've
attends
got
this
something
school
to
is an
hide,
idiot.
you found the perfect spot.
Yes,
Richard
that's
Jackdaw,
true.
At your service.
That's always been true.
The Richard Jackdaw. So Mr. Ollivander was right. He wants his family.
See,
wand
what
back.
sucks is like people who've
I'd
never
forgotten
experienced
about
your
that
stream before,
I
and
assure
they
you, I
don't
have it
know
on
about
me.
you and
I'm
your
almost
system.
certain I dropped
They'll
it the
come in
moment
here
I was
and
beheaded
see
in that
how
cave.
shitty of a port this
Oh, it was
is.
sheer folly to follow that map.
And they'll
What
think
map?
that you're playing this on like a
Ridiculous,
crappy
really.
computer or something.
Found it on some yellow dog
You
pages,
have
peas
such
of
an
Pilford.
amazingly good computer.
Thought I could
Like,
impress a girl.
if you were trying to
But
get those
that's a
parts
story
brand
for
new
another
today,
day.
it'd still
So
cost
you
you
stole a
fucking four
wand
figures.
and then followed a map on some
Oh, yeah.
pages that
I
you
would've-
took from Peeves.
The graphics card
and followed
alone is
that
still...
map to your doom.
Four figures.
Odd to hear it all
Yeah.
reduced to such
Absolutely
absurdity.
fucking
but yes,
outrageously good computer.
why do you
But because
care about
this
some
game
old
is a shitty
wand?
port, people
I
might
don't
come in
really.
here and think that you...
Ollivander does.
Like,
It's the pages I'm after.
no one's ever
Might
going to
they
think,
be with
because
the
think about
wand
it,
in
if
the
you've
cave?
never been in a stream
Indeed.
before, is your first assumption going to
Say,
be that the
here's an
game is
idea.
bad? Or that
Why
the dude's
don't
using
you
a crappy
meet me
computer?
at the edge of the Forbidden Forest?
Because in
I'd be
general,
happy to show you where
for
to find
like
them.
all of human history, basically, what's been the more likely explanation?
I think I
That
can
the
guess
dude's
how
playing
you
on a
died,
shitbox as
but
opposed
who
to
did it to you?
I was having a look about when I
the
suddenly
game's
sensed a
actually
refreshing
fucking bad.
breeze.
And
After
you're
which I
right.
felt,
This
well,
is the second
lightheaded.
major AAA release
That's all
in
I
a
remember.
row that you played
Hence,
on
if you
stream that's
do
had this
visit
problem.
the cave, be prepared.
Now,
I
from
can't
what
tell you
I've
what
seen,
for
reading the Dead Space
specifically,
forums, when
but
you've
you
had
seem
that
perceptive
problem,
sort.
people were having the exact
Beware
same
a light
problems on
breeze.
consoles. Going on console's not going to fix it. What I think it is that this
Why
is the
would you steal
price you
Mr.
pay when
Ollivander's
you
family
want to be
wand?
part of
The
the
family
initial
were
wave
always
of new
going on
viewers
about how
coming in because the
special it
game's
was.
brand new.
So I took it. Who could resist?
Right.
Sadly,
And if you
it wasn't
wanted to
special
avoid
enough
that,
to
it's
save my
like,
neck.
shit, I think
I fully
I think
intended
you've
to return
gotta
it once I
wait.
learned it was only special for sentimental
You know?
reasons. But as you can see, I never
I
got
think
the
you've
chance.
got to wait.
Here's the thing: 90% of the time, the game runs beautifully. It's just that 10% when like a new cutscene kicks in that
It's almost every cutscene, though.
Yeah, it
that I've
is.
seen.
It is absolutely.
How is it possible to steal from Peeves, a poltergeist?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He's got a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor.
They really need
whatever's
to
likely
remake
to
Code
cause the
Veronica
most
at
chaos.
some point. Like that's
I
a game
doubt
that
he
could
even
really
noticed they were gone.
use a remake. Because I like that game a lot, but it needs work.
If that's the only way for me to get those pages, I'll meet you there.
If you don't mind the sight of my decapitated skeleton, the wand and the pages are yours for the taking.
Yeah, okay, see? So, just to give you an idea, if you look over there, you can see the Quidditch pitch. It's in the game. They literally programmed the Quidditch pitch into the game, but there's no Quidditch. So you know they're going to drop some Quidditch DLC at some point. They've already prepped for it.
Now, see, I'm enough of a nerd to where I read a lot of different Harry Potter stuff when it was coming out when I was younger.
Yeah.
And one of those books was like the history of Quidditch or some shit.
Right, I had that one too.
Yeah, if you remember reading that properly, if this is supposed to be taking place in the 1800s, it shouldn't look like that.
Interesting. So what you're saying is we created a Pine Pterodox.
No, what I'm saying is I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
Whoa, what the fuck? Are this guy's books trying to eat him or something? What the fuck? You okay, dude? Okay. You remember when I was streaming Last of Us 2 and you were on the call? You were on the call and it was I was playing as Abby and you said something like, "I'll bet her." You said, what was it? You said, "I'll bet her clit is the size of a soda tab or something." Something fucked up like that.
I can't remember exactly. If you've got the VOD anywhere, maybe we could look for it. But
no, I wasn't saving my VODs back when I was playing Last of Us 2.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it was something like that.
Dude, I can't remember. Because number one, I say like 8,000 outrageous things a day. Just,
yeah.
Number one, that. Number two, that was back when I was drinking. So, I don't know if I was drunk that particular day, but the hungover at the very least.
That one absolutely brought down the house. Yeah, hopefully it's a good year for games. Like, I have high expectations for the Jedi game too, because the first one I thought was great. If they mess that one up, somebody needs to get fired for that blunder.
I don't have any expectations for video games. I don't have any expectations for anything, but for video games especially, I really think that video games are about to see another pretty significant downturn in quality for a while.
I mean, in the sense of like, games like Fortnite are forever going to be the most popular games in the world. Yeah, I agree, but I do think there is a definite attempt by a lot of these developers to produce actually good single-player experiences.
Well, yeah, I agree. I'm just saying that the actually good ones, I think, are going to be further and fewer in between.
Expelliarmus.
If I had to make a prediction, though, I think some of the highest quality stuff might end up coming out on the Switch. For the Switch, it seems like it's not as strong hardware-wise as other consoles are.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different games that come out for, PlayStation, Xbox, and PC that don't make it to the Switch. But at the same time, when I think about the games that have come out in like the last, pretty much since COVID started, there's a lot more that came out on the Switch that was more long-lasting, that people loved and like stayed in the public memory. Like, man, that was a good game, compared to have come out on other platforms.
Well, I think part of your issue is you don't really like the From Software games, and those have become kind of the defining games of the era.
Yeah, fair enough. Especially in the sense of, like you're saying, because you even brought it up with the game you're playing right now, where the combat is reminiscent of that franchise. It's sort of like how Half-Life 2 really revolutionized the way that a lot of shooters play in terms of the physics systems, and Halo revolutionized the way that a lot of shooters played in terms of the controls. So if you hated the controls for Halo, and you hated the physics system that Half-Life 2 had for whatever reason, you'd probably be miserable. Because almost every game that came out had at least one of those things going for it. If it didn't have a Halo control scheme, it still had a Half-Life physics engine.
Right.
And if it didn't have that Half-Life physics engine, it still had the Halo control scheme. So...
yeah, in fact, I think there are a lot of people, and I don't totally agree with this part, they feel like video games didn't really find their voice until From Software. Like, in terms of how to tell a story.
Yeah, I vehemently disagree with that.
Like, instead of telling a story, the game shouldn't have a story, it should just have lore. I think that a lot of people feel like video games didn't really understand how to tell a story the right way until Dark Souls started doing that, where they're like, there's no story, it's just, here's a bunch of stuff that happened, now find your way through this world. Which I don't agree with that, even though I do think the way Dark Souls does things is good. Carson, I think it's more, I mean, you're a student at Hogwarts, but it's definitely got adventure game elements. You're not just spending your whole time doing classes. Now, that would be a bad game. That'd be amusing. Like, to me, BioShock and BioShock Infinite were both pretty phenomenal examples of how to tell a story in a video game, and that didn't do anything like what Dark Souls does. It just told a story.
Lads, I know not all of you like me, and not all of you care. But at the very least, I'd like to hope that Joker would join me here. In just a few seconds of silent prayer and reflection, a moment of silence.
You okay?
The long national nightmare may be over.
Oh, really? Good to hear.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
All right. The only way Voldemort is appearing in this game is if there's a time machine. If there's like a hot tub and I get in it and it turns into like a hot tub time machine, that's the only way Voldemort's in this game.
Yeah, I don't blame folks for not knowing Harry Potter lore, because number one, read another book.
Here I am, as
and
good
number
as my
two,
word.
the timeline itself, even within the story, is confusing, because Harry Potter like starts out in the 80s, and I think the story's supposed to end in like 93 or 95 or some shit. Voldemort, I don't know if he was born in time for this, but he became a kid and was noticed by Dumbledore after World War II. Because the whole thing with Grindelwald is that was supposed to be like the wizard simultaneous, supposedly Hitler still existed in the Harry Potter timeline, but while there was a world war going on for the Muggles, there was also a wizarding war going on. The wizards fighting against Grindelwald. So then Dumbledore meets with the child Voldemort to tell him he's a wizard to bring him to school and all this after all that had already happened. So Voldemort's going to school in the 50s.
Right, 50s.
1950s. This game takes place in the 1800s, supposedly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think like the 1880s or something officially.
Let's play Trickster.
Yeah, so maybe, because I mean obviously this is taking place in England, so it wouldn't happen, but if it was taking place in the American West, maybe Billy the Kid or some shit would show up. Fucking Wild Bill Hickok using Flipendo. That would be amazing. But that would be Victorian era. So 1880s, I think that's right around the time of the
Your poaching days are over.
Actually, let me check.
Well, there are a lot of characters in this game you can become friends with, so for all I know, they do join your party eventually. I don't know if it's a solo act the whole way through or not.
Now, the Battle of Rorke's Drift, which is the iconic battle where the British won against the Zulus, because the Zulu War started a battle previously where the British were massacred, and it created I think I've mentioned this on stream before. You see, what happened was that the Zulus actually highly respected the British because of the amazing fight that they put up, even though they won. So they were trying to give them an honorable burial, according to Zulu culture. Now, according to Zulu culture, what you do with the corpse of a warrior who died in battle is you strip him nude, because otherwise his spirit wouldn't be able to come out through the clothes. And then you disembowel him because the spirit was the guts. And then with that opening, the spirit would be able to easily find its way out of the body and go off into Zulu heaven, essentially, and into the afterlife with honor. Now what happened is that the British citizenry saw this, where they stripped the corpses of the slain British soldiers and then disemboweled them. That is,
And it seemed very disrespectful.
Yes, that's putting it lightly. the nation was so incensed that instead of this becoming a minor diplomatic incident, it became a full-scale war where the British demanded basically the extermination of the Zulu people. And there were war crimes aplenty. They took no prisoners. They fucking slaughtered everybody they came across, man, woman, and child. But the Battle of Rorke's Drift specifically is the very famous one from the movie Zulu, the great holdout that the British won. And that was 1879.
Alright, let's drown. Alright, time to drown ourselves. Let's go. Oh, cool. I'm still alive. The 1880s, also the era of Ulysses S. Grant, the most corrupt president in the history of America.
Well, it's not necessarily that he himself was corrupt so much as he just let himself be drug around by the people who were actually corrupt. You know, he was kind of an empty suit and just let folks just do whatever the hell they wanted. And there were quite a lot of corrupt people in Congress at the time.
Well, the main reason why LeBron is still averaging 30 points a game is because he doesn't have to play defense anymore. They basically just let him relax on defense most of the time. So, I mean, yes, it's an accomplishment, but it's also kind of like, you know, I think a lot of players could have averaged 30 at 39 if they were allowed to not play any defense. Alright, guys, I'm going to take a short break here. I'll be back in a few minutes, and we will continue on. See you guys shortly. Alright guys, we're back, but we're only going to be streaming this for a little bit longer, and we're probably going to do LEGO Star Wars for the rest of the night. And I know this is obviously the hot new game, but I'll be playing it more, you know, in the coming days. I'll have plenty of time to play this game over the weekend.
Especially if what folks were saying is true, presumably you're almost finished.
Yeah, I don't think I actually am, but what I will say
almost,
is this.
almost is relative. You're like halfway through.
Some people were implying it, but I'm taking my time in doing side quests, so I seriously doubt it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But either way, the longer I don't play this game, the longer it gives them to come up with a patch.
Very valid.
Which will help.
We meet again, Richard Jackdaw.
I suppose I shouldn't be
I don't think
surprised
I'm
to see
almost
you.
done.
Only a Ravenclaw would travel this far in pursuit of knowledge.
Well said. Now, where do we go from here?
Follow me. I shall lead you as far as I can.
Saying that LeBron is
but
better
I
because
fear
Kobe
I may
had
remain a
Shaq.
tad reluctant to revisit
Look,
the scene of my demise.
the reason that
Keep your
Kobe
eyes
is better
open
than
for a bird
LeBron
bath. When you find it,
is because
say, Intramuros.
Kobe had in his
it's Latin.
entire career a
Greek.
ton of adversity.
As you can
against
imagine,
him.
I never paid much attention in school.
And
Shall
all
we?
that ever did was make him try harder and play harder. Crying to the media,
Aside
he never
from the
had
bird
to
bath,
start up a
anything
fucking
else I should
defense
look for?
force.
Indeed.
He never
few
had to
landmarks,
form any
Stonebridge,
fucking
a
super
waterfall,
teams.
And if I recall,
Now,
a
that's
lake.
not to say that Kobe
You'll
was
see.
perfect.
been
Because
very
Kobe
helpful.
did
Thank you.
threaten to request a trade if they didn't give him some help. And they ended up giving him some help by trading for Pau Gasol. But there's a huge difference between trading for Pau Gasol and then running away to join Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh to form
Surprising
a
how
super
much
team.
of this is
Now,
rather unfortunately
LeBron
coming
is
back
not
to me.
responsible for the super team era the Celtics are.
Correct. A lot of people forget that. by the way.
But Kobe beat that Celtics team on his own. LeBron needed a super team of his own to defeat that Celtics team. And that first season, he still couldn't get it done because Kobe never had a moment where he wanted to blame others, where he did anything other than just put it on himself when the team wasn't up to snuff. And yet at the same time, when everything was on his shoulders, he still didn't have a legendary level choking performance like LeBron did when he scored 8 fucking points in the finals against the Mavs.
Remember when he got cramps in Game 1 of the finals? That was my favorite.
Right. Like, what's happening right now, why people think that LeBron is the greatest of all time and all this other shit, is just that LeBron's been playing for a very, very long time. Kobe retired 7 years ago, and he fucking died
Yes.
3 years ago.
You know, the closer we get,
And
the more
LeBron
I
is still
remember.
fucking going.
Probably best I leave you to it. Simply stick to the path and keep a sharp eye out for that bird bath. Adieu. Is that Latin? Or Greek?
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Man.
And let's never forget, Jordan is the GOAT, and LeBron is the MOAT. Mr. Red.
Incendies.
Stupid. Post that in Discord right now.
Yeah. Man.
I gotta find the picture first.
Calculated LeBron's PER on my PER wristwatch calculator.
Oh, man. Finals is the dumbest argument ever, man. I'll stand by that. Now, look, here's the thing. Yes, it's absolutely astonishing that LeBron James has made the finals as many times as he has in his career. And when you make the finals that many times, you're obviously going to have a lot more losses than a lot of other guys. However, take any fucking 10 guys that you would consider to be in the top 10 of all time who are not LeBron and put him on those exact same teams that he was on, and do you think that they wouldn't have also made the finals in those years? Every single one of those years. One of the biggest problems with LeBron, with that argument, is that he spent almost his entire career in the Eastern Conference when it was legendarily weak, to the point where he, at the very least, was guaranteed a trip to the Eastern Conference Finals every single season, and laughed his way into the finals.
Nothing to do now but keep going.
Now, the Western Conference is weaker than it's been in a long time, and this dude is still struggling to make the fucking playoffs right now. And you can sit there and say, well, that's only because Russell Westbrook sucks. And you know what? You're right, because if you had a guy like Kobe Bryant on that Lakers team right now, I don't think they'd be getting to the playoffs either. I don't think. Not with Larry Bird, not with Magic Johnson, not with... That Lakers team fucking sucks. However...
Oh, fuck, that reminds me. Did you see the news today?
Of the trade, they're finally trading Westbrook. Yeah, that shit was hilarious because it's the fucking return of D'Angelo Russell. So I'm sitting here laughing my ass off. LeBron's the worst thing to happen to Los Angeles since that volcano. For me, though, I really think that this is like it's signaling the end. LeBron's gonna retire at the end of the season, and the team knows that. Because what they're doing, they're getting rid of Westbrook right now, because obviously that's just a good move for every possible fucking reason. But going and bringing back Russ, it's like that. It really only says the one thing to me, you know. Snacks is LeBron's 3-1 comeback against the Warriors' best championship of all time. It is the best something of all time. It's the best choke of all time. Because that is the only time in the history of the NBA that a team's been up 3-1 in the finals and actually fucking lost. That 73-9 Warriors team becoming the first fucking team to ever choke a 3-1 lead in the finals. You have to like, I am not going to sit here and deny the absolutely outstanding performances that the Cavs had in that final series in order to have that comeback. However,
something oddly solemn about this place.
You know, people riding LeBron for that comeback really grinds my fucking gears, because Kyrie had some of the most amazing moments in any final series in that comeback. But people don't want to give Kyrie credit because he rightfully points out things like the vaccine is not worth trusting. And Adam Silver is also someone who's not worth trusting.
Just as Jackdaw described.
And I'm going to stop right there so the stream doesn't get banned.
You know who I blame for that, though? It's Dante Montejunis's butt sweat. It was Dante Montejunis's fault. Hurry slipped on Dante Montejunis's butt sweat, got hurt, played the rest of the playoffs injured, and because of that, the comeback was allowed to happen.
Literally all I heard was butt sweat, and I started thinking of something else. I'm sorry.
No, Dante Montejunis was the guy who's put the sweat on the court.
I'm trying to remember who the fuck that is. There are way too many Serbian NBA.
The second best player on LeBron's Cavalier teams, you mean the original Cavalier teams, Anderson Varejao, Delonte West, Mo Williams, those were probably his best teammates during that era. Maybe Ogauskas. Maybe Ogauskas.
Big Z was big time for a while there. Because the thing is that he was young and he was contributing during a time period when big men still had a much bigger impact than they do in modern offenses. Now, towards the end of his career, remembering that his final season was in 2011, obviously stopped contributing as much. But
Aren't you a little far from home?
Renrock knew you'd eventually lead
the
us to
team was
whatever it is
obviously
you're
built
hiding.
around LeBron, and it was not one of the best teams that LeBron was ever going to have. But it's, again, is another time where it's worth saying, it's all like, if you took a lot of the different guys, not just those dudes that you put in the top 10 of all time, discounting LeBron, but also a lot of the guys who were best in the NBA at the time when LeBron was on those teams. If you slot them into that same exact team, that team's still going to be really fucking good. Whether or not they're exactly as good comes down to who it was. For instance, Carmelo Anthony would have had just as big of an ability to score on that team. However, he's never been the kind of facilitator that LeBron is, not even close, not even in the same league. So the team may not have been as successful of an offense because that offense would have been as good without LeBron's ball handling and ball movement abilities. But somebody like Kobe definitely would have taken that fucking team.
I'm pretty sad that Big Z never got to win that ring with the Heat. That would have been fun.
Yeah, it's unfortunate too, especially because they tried to convince him to come back in 2012, but he said his body was just falling apart. He didn't want to do it. But you know, when you think about, I wish that guy got a ring. Reggie Miller, they tried talking him into coming out of retirement to join the 2008 Celtics, and he said, "No, I'm too old. I don't want to do it." LeBron choked in 2011. Yes, he did. And the reason that he choked is because he's a little bitch. And I don't mean in the sense like a lot of people say. What I mean is Wade was playing out of his mind. If LeBron wanted to win, like Steph Curry wants to win. So Steph Curry wins those rings and other guys get the finals MVP. He doesn't give a shit because he wants to win. LeBron, if he wanted to win, he'd have let Wade have that fucking finals MVP. The game he scored 8 points in on 3 for 11 shooting, the Mavs won that game by 3 points. If he shot 5 for 11, still under 500, which is way below his career, he scores 12 points, Heat win by 1. That was also game 4 of the series, and the Heat were 2-1 at the time. If they win that game, they go up 3-1. With 3 games left in the series, potentially 2 of those next 3 were in Miami.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if they actually gave Finals MVP to the best player, they still would have given it to Wade that year. Like, Wade was better than Dirk, and they still lost, is the crazy thing. Literally, the supposedly second best player on the Heat was better than the best player on the Mavs, and yet...
Right. Wade played out of his fucking mind, and because of the level that he was playing at, people were constantly coming up with the shit like, oh, it looks like LeBron is Robin the whole time, and Wade is Batman. Especially Skip Bayless pushing that shit, and in spite of what anyone wants to say about Skip Bayless, the most successful thing he's ever done in his career is he actually got in LeBron's head. LeBron actually gave a shit what that fucking gremlin had to say. I don't know why. But he let it get to him. And he intentionally threw that series to make sure that Wade wouldn't get Finals MVP. Because what happened after that? What happened after that is now the narrative becomes when LeBron isn't the man, the team can't get it done, so he took over and he took control of the team, and then that's when they got it done. Meanwhile, that same 2012 year, not only did Bosch put in an amazing fucking Herculean performance coming back from injury to put the Celtics away, but Wade had one of the best games of that whole playoff season up against the Pacers. Now, that's not to say that LeBron, of course, didn't fucking play outstanding in those same series, but it's not like they were fucking Mo Williams out there.
Mm-hmm. I still remember Mo Williams' Twitter account right after the decision.
Do you remember the fake story that Kazoo came up with where Mo Williams was like a huge Thundercats fan, and he was like, "How could you do this to me, Lion-O?" And people actually bought that shit. That was hysterical to me.
Yeah. I think it was, do you remember Hell Death Scythe on the NBAB? HDS?
I can't remember.
He was like the Lakers
fan. You have
fan.
to tell me some of the things that he did.
I think his main thing was he kept making fun of Chris Paul for being short.
You got to narrow that down.
Yeah, it was HDS. He was a Lakers fan. He stopped posting on there before a lot of people stopped posting on there. But God, I remember like right after the decision, he posted a link to Mo Williams' Twitter and was like, if you read his Twitter feed from like the top going down, it's like watching someone slowly become less depressed. It's like watching Memento, because like you're watching the guy.
That is fucking good. Oh my god, that is fucking good. It's like watching Memento.
Santi, wasn't the Filipino guy RTC? I thought RTC was the Filipino guy.
RTC was Filipino, but I think, you know, he didn't have a monopoly on being Filipino on the internet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember one time there was a thread where RTC just started speaking in Tagalog. It was funny as shit.
Yeah. I have a friend on Facebook who is Filipino, and reading her posts is so weird because it'll go back and forth between English and Tagalog, and it's like every other word sometimes is like flip, 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 flip. I'm like, I don't understand this language. How does this work?
Yeah, that happens with a ton of Filipinos that were born there and then moved here. Is that they big time? They just fucking half and half everything. It's fucking weird. I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna use John.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. So I am gonna go ahead and end this session for now. I will be back in a little bit here. I got a couple things I got to take care of, and I will probably be doing Lego Star Wars with snacks. Not guaranteed yet, but that is currently my plan. So I will see you guys soon. My number one Seattle sport growing up was probably football because my dad liked football the most. I mean, well, no, then again, it was the Mariners that were really good and really fun when I was first getting into sports. So it honestly might have been them. I don't know. But I'll see you guys in a little bit here. I've just got some errands to run, and then we're probably flipping over to Lego Star Wars. See you guys soon.